Several schools in the area on the Arkansas Department of Education's list now to receive rapid COVID-19 antigen tests for teachers. 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker tells us more about that program and which schools were chosen.
The Binax testing kits are meant to be a weekly screening tool for asymptomatic teachers. Greenwood High School and Junior High were both chosen to participate in this program.
We are not forcing any teacher to participate. They can choose should they wish. Then there will be a weekly screening process where they take a simple nose swab. It's not nearly as invasive as a typical PCR test. And then it's pretty rapid. Results are given within 15 minutes.
Greenwood High School Principal Cody Chapman says their case count is down, but 2 weeks ago they switched to remote learning for 2 days because of the number of staff members who had either tested positive for the virus or were in quarantine. He says they are hopeful these tests will help them control future outbreaks.
We have a lot of staff members who are concerned about the virus, as well as several community members. We hope that those staff members who want to take part in this program, and we have several, that this gives them peace of mind, not only for themselves, but for their students, for other teachers throughout the building, even their family members.
Other schools in our area that were chosen to receive the rapid antigen test kits are Northside High School in Fort Smith, Russellville Junior High School, and Harp Elementary in Springdale. Springdale Director of Communications Trent Jones says they are not going to participate in the program because they already have great community partners where staff and students can get rapid testing.
When we look at this particular program, whereby we're very thankful that they want to partner with the Springdale School District, I think we are asking them, or we're looking forward to an opportunity with them to be able to focus on all of our schools.
Covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
The Greenwood School District says it's still waiting on additional training from the Department of Health and says the test should be distributed to schools within the next month.